myself.
I'm muting myself also.
Okay. All right. So we have our Snapchat call tonight. Yay! Catherine and Jason are going to help us with this call and help us learn Snapchat because I'm on it, but I really don't know how to use it for business. So that's what we need to learn. We have assistant coach Elodie. She loves Snapchat too. I see you. Maybe she's going to throw some tips in too, huh?
She did teach Jason everything he knows.
I know, right? Okay, guys, you can just go ahead and start whenever you're ready.
Okay. I'm just going to share my screen. We made a cute little PowerPoint for you guys.
Cool.
Okay. All right, here. All right. So basically, why do you want to get on Snapchat? It's the future of where social media is heading. It's the platform of the next generation. If you look at the statistics, it's the most popular social media platform for the younger generation. And that's, going to be where we're recruiting our next coaches from, is that generation. There's 200 million active users per month. And Sherry mentioned this before we even started the call, that Facebook attempted to buy Snapchat for these reasons. They offered over $3 billion for Snapchat because they see the potential and they know where it's heading. So the basics with Snapchat, if you're, you can only access it on your phone. If you open Snapchat and you swipe to the right, it'll take you to your contact list. There's a little speech bubble that you can click on to message your contacts, and you could swipe left to see stories of your contacts that have been posted. You swipe down to get that little Snapchat code that you can send to people, post on your Facebook, and all of that to gain followers. And that's something that's unique to Snapchat. I mean, you can literally scan someone else's phone. I know that's what we just did that the other day with somebody. We scanned their Snap code to add them on Snapchat. And then that gear icon is where you adjust your settings and your personal information. So, improving your snaps. When you go in and you take a picture, there is, I just realized how ridiculous these were. You can tap the T and start adding text to your picture. You can tap that T again to change the text style to like a bolder text, and then tap it again to center it. And then if you press and hold on that text, it brings up a bunch of colors, and you can actually hold your finger on that and like make varying levels of blue and whatever. And then you can you know how you use Photify, you can kind of spread things and angle them. You can do that with the text too. You can even add emojis. I don't know if you ever noticed that little paper icon up there on Snapchat. That's how you add emojis, and you can add as many of them as you want. You can make them bigger. Same thing, spreading your fingers. And if you add too many or you add one on accident, you just click on it and drag it, and that little paper turns into a trash can. And so, voila, got some extra spunk on your Snap. So you mentioned you want to talk about this one because you mentioned about how they say to get back to like the original Snapchat instead of all the crazy filters.
Yeah, so Gary Vee said one of the ways you can reach the how do you put it, the locals, not the locals, the original people on Snapchat, and the ones that are dedicated to Snapchat is bringing it back to the old school days where you would actually write on the Snapchat like Katie has with your finger in the color. So he said that'll really resonate with the people who are only do Snapchat, or that's their favorite platform. So he said that's one way you can spice up your snaps.
So you do that just by clicking on the pencil and then drawing away, and you could change the color the same way. It'll pop up. Filters. These are like what really made Snapchat super popular recently. So you can press on your face to do the different kinds of filters before you take the picture, but after you take a picture, you can swipe, and there's different geo filters. We used them a lot as we were driving down to Nashville. We were, each state we went through, we did a couple of the geo filters. They also have like speed on it, time, temperature. So I know a lot of people who do Miracle Morning, they put the time filter on for when they get up. So it says 4:00 in the morning on there. And that's like a really good way to show, like, for me, whenever I get up early to work out, I'm proud of that, and I put that time filter on there. And people will actually snap message me and be like, dang, girl, you're up that early to working out? And I'm like, yeah, And like I said about the face filters, those change every day. Sometimes they stay around for a little while. And also, if you record a video and you swipe, there's also sound filters where it can speed up your voice, slow down your voice, or play it backwards. Jason likes to mess around and play it backwards. All right, so that's the basics. Now, with marketing on Snapchat, marketing is really centered around the story feature, which is where when you take a snap, you can choose to send it to people or to add it to your story. Sending it to individual people is really unusable as a marketing feature because it disappears after they watch it, but your stories stay around for 24 hours. And you can set it in your settings to have anyone view your snaps. So I'll talk about that a little bit more about how to get people to that, but people can also share your stories. So in order to get followers, you can't just rely on Snapchat to get the views. You have to share it on other social media platforms. So we made these using Photofy, right?
Yeah, Photofy, yep.
And then people can just go in and literally just scan our thing, or if they don't like using the QR codes, they can just type in your username. The key with that is to keep it entertaining because it will make sure that people share your story and will keep them coming back for the next one. Snapchat's a great place to just be you. And I know that's like a big thing we preach, but it's kind of hard to express yourself on Facebook when you're typing out things. I mean, live video makes it a little easier, but it's nice for people to see little snippets of you throughout the day. It's basically like a backstage pass into your life and into coaching and all that stuff. So here's an example. Lindsay Matway pretty much exclusively used Snapchat during Summit, and this is what she said on hers. This was her example Snapchat post. I thought it was really creative and good, and she probably got a lot of followers off of it. All right. So to get your initial following, you have to keep it fun and creative and show off you so people will be talking about you. You don't want it to be the same thing over and over and just sharing your, back to the kissing the Shakeology shaker cup. I don't think that's good on any platform, just an FYI, but so you want to make compelling posts on other social media to get your followers over to your Snapchat because they can see more of you. Whereas on Facebook, it's good to post 3 to 5 times a day. Snapchat, you can post as much as you want, and that's what people want from you. The more you post, the higher up you're going to be on that list of stories. So the more you post, the better. You can do a promo code. I know that Coach Jimmy does that sometimes. He'll post something on his Facebook page, like go over on Snapchat and see like whatever special offer he's doing, and he'll post like an exclusive link from his Snapchat for people to go to. And it's really like his 7-day whatever he sends out. It's freebie, but something like that. And put your Snap code or Snapchat info anywhere you can. Put it on your website. Put it on your Facebook description. I know you'll see a lot of the top coaches actually have their Snap code as their Facebook profile picture, but put it anywhere you can. Next. All right, so Ghost Codes is like
awesome.
The secret behind how we kind of built up our Snapchat following.
I had a huge Snapchat following before I even posted one snap because I just logged on and created it.
So it's this little purple skull that you can see right down here. They have different categories on there, and each day a new user is featured in each category. So if you were to click on, say, this Jennifer Chavez, who's in the techie category, if you were to click on her, underneath her, there's a huge list of everybody who classified themselves in that category. And they're ranked by the number of kudos they received. So I'll kind of go into that more next. So you can browse by categories. There's anything from college life to fitness to real estate. So what I recommend is do not put yourself in the health and fitness category. Pick something else. I put myself in family life. Jason has himself in storytelling.
There's a lot of coaches in there too, I've found. So.
There's a humor one. Whatever your like 5 core things are, pick one of the ones that's not Beachbody, fitness, wellness, personal development. Pick a different one. You can also search by interests. It's important to have your interests listed too, so people can find you if they go and type in an interest. Like they want to see, like I have peanut butter down as one of mine, and I actually changed these up a little bit. But if somebody typed in parenting, they want to find people who are snapping about parenting. They go and type that in, and you'll show up there. So those are just some of my interests that I've listed there.
And if I'm not mistaken, if they didn't change it from when I put my interest in, as you put your interest in, it'll show you how many other people are also interested in that same thing. So it would kind of be a good idea to find something in the middle ground where it's not like 3 other people, but there's not like 3 million people.
Yeah, I try and stick around, like most of mine had around 700, and that's what I tried to stick with. So about this kudos thing. So people can click on your profile when it comes up, and they can give you a kudo. And what that does is that basically raises your affinity on Ghost Code. So you'll climb higher up that list of whatever category you put yourself in. And they can also just click on it, and if they see you have a lot of similar interests, they like your profile, they can download your code. So this is just, I just did this one real quick today. These are the people who've given me kudos today and downloaded my Snap code.
Who's this Gibbons guy?
I don't know. He looks like a bodybuilder. And then you can also use that search feature to find keywords for your niche. So that's like something really big and different, because you can't really go on Facebook. Like you can search for groups that have people, but it might be weird to just send random people a friend request. Whereas on Snapchat, people are looking for followers. It's new and it's exciting, and they want people to follow them, and they want to see your snap. So I've never had somebody not send me one back when I've sent them one, which is different. All right, so things not to do to get followers. Don't use the services offered on websites like Fiverr that promise to get you thousands of followers. These are popping up everywhere, and they can actually get your Snapchat account banned, and most of the time they're not even real followers. They just have some Indian dude making up names for you, and it looks like you've got a bunch of followers, but really they're all fake. So it's, you know. Again, don't be boring. They want to see you're a human and not a business billboard. So don't be overly promotional. It's not going to work on Snapchat. You need to be clever. Get people laughing. Like Snapchat's about laughing and having fun. So to keep track of like how well you're doing on Snapchat, you can actually click on each picture and see your total unique views. It'll tell you how many people have opened up your story and saw at least the first frame. That is actually on the section where the My Story is, where you can see everybody else's stories. And then you can also click through and see how many views you have on each single frame of your story. And then if you go to the last one, that'll tell you how many people completed your full story. And your completion rate is the most important, because it tells you of how many people that started it, finished it. So that way you can kind of find where your stopping point is and see, is there a trend? Like, why did people stop watching this at a certain point? So that's what you really have to watch for. See what people aren't liking in your snaps. Another way to build up a Snapchat following and to get people more engaged in your business is to do Snapchat at live events, kind of like how you saw Lindsay Matway do. You can build a story using your snaps for that event to invite people out before it starts. So this would have been a great opportunity to do for Super Saturday, posting all about it, building up a hype 24 hours before, and inviting people to come to your Super Saturday. And then when Super Saturday got here, for that whole 24 hours, you could have been posting about it. And that gets the people who are more spontaneous and like, oh, hey, what's she doing? That looks fun. To kind of want to go there and you know, get people involved there. So some content ideas are Snapchat giveaways. So you post on your website, you post on your Facebook page that you're going to be doing a giveaway over on Snapchat. And then during that giveaway period, you really ramp up your advertising efforts, to get your Snap code out there as much as possible. Like, hey, over on Snapchat, I'm going to be doing a giveaway this day, but you don't tell them the exact time, so that way they have to keep coming back and looking at your Snapchat. Behind the scenes info. I know we run sneak peeks on Facebook all the time. It's what grows our business. Having a Snapchat is like a behind the scenes look into coaching all the time. Most people find it exciting, and that's like how they get to know what you really do. And you can use Snapchat to drive traffic to your blog and website. So I know Fit and Funky does that a lot. Amy Silverman does that. She puts her email on a snap. And Coach Jimmy's, his favorite thing is to do is he'll do a video snap, and then he'll say screenshot the next snap if you're interested in more information. And the next snap will be his website. So he'll know who's screenshotting it, so it's his way of keeping track. But they'll also have his website to go to for more information. And that is pretty much it. What do you have anything to add about it? I know you're like killing
Yeah, Gary, I've been watching and reading a lot about Gary Vee and what he said. What he does a lot of times is he'll be like, he'll drive people to his Snapchat, and then he'll also drive people from his Snapchat to his Facebook page when he posts videos and stuff. He'll tell you to snap, like Katie said, the next video or the next picture, and then go to his Facebook page and check out the video that he just posted. And another way he said to do it is he said giving free stuff away is a good way to begin, but try to develop good enough content that people are going to just want to come to your story. That because you don't want just people coming to you for free stuff. So you want to develop enough content so you have good stories and people want to come to you.
And now we were just looking up about, I don't know if most of you know that Instagram came out with the Instagram stories. Facebook owns Instagram. Gary Vee, he's like the king of all social media. We know that. He said basically Instagram stories is crap. It's not going to go anywhere. He's 100% behind Snapchat. He just feels like it's a flop effort by Facebook to try and get on there. So
he said anybody who thinks Instagram is going to kill Snapchat is completely out of their mind. He goes on to say that Snapchat, Instagram is, the interface is easy to use and it's good. It's a good effort by Facebook, but he just doesn't see Instagram stories taking out anything else. He says it's just like when Instagram started with the 30-second videos or the 10-second videos. Everyone thought Instagram was going to take over the video market, and it never did. It just once a social media platform finds its niche, which Snapchat does with the raw, unedited pictures, he says it holds there. So he thinks Instagram, Insta Stories or whatever it's called, is going to do good, but it won't bankrupt Snapchat by any means.
So one thing I just wanted to share a little story about some of the success that we've had with Snapchat as far as building conversations. Today, last night I posted a picture of me and Elodie laying on the front porch, and I put the title, I work while she plays, best of both worlds. I got 2 messages. One said, what do you do? And I said, explained that I help people reach their weight loss and fitness goals while also teaching other people to do the same. And I said, what do you do? And she goes, I think we're in the same business. So I made a joke and said, OMG, you do It Works too? And she did. She did do It Works. She was not a coach like I thought. She was an It Works rep. So I just thought I'd share that with you. But Jason's actually has somebody who's probably going to be signing up as a coach. We did Shaker Cup bowling, and we used a mix of Shaker Cups.
Which Shakeology strategically placed.
Yeah, Shakeology was like the lead pin, And somebody messaged him and said, is that Shakeology? And he was like,
I honestly didn't know what you meant.
He was like, no, it's Shaker Cups or bowling. And she was like, no, I know, but like, do you drink Shakeology? And he was like, yeah. So he kind of went back and forth with her a little bit about it. And a couple weeks later, she snapped him back and said that she was thinking about drinking Shakeology and wanted to sell it. So he's been talking to her about coaching and stuff. So it really is like a very different way of building your business. And I don't know, it's been great for me as far as building relationships because I feel like I can be more open with people. And I don't know, the only bad thing is you can't really go back and see what you said to them.
Oh,
In the chats, you can press down and it'll keep it there for 24 hours. But after that, it's gone.
no, once you can save the chat, but it shows them that you saved the chat. It just stays up gray. But
Did you screenshot it?
You can screenshot it, but they'll see that you screenshot it. They'll get a notification saying, "Share your screenshot."
so
Yeah.
like when you're chatting back and forth and it comes up like I sent Sherry a chat, if you just go ahead and hold whatever those words are, if it says, hey, how you doing? If you just go and hold, hey, how you doing? It'll like pop over and it'll say on the left hand side, saved.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll show them, it'll just stay there when they look back at it. It won't disappear, but it doesn't give them like a notification. I've never had anybody say anything about saving a chat though.
Yeah, saving it just turns it gray, but it gives them, like, it sends a specific alert if you screenshot anything from your chat to your snaps to whatever.
Do you have any questions?
Cool. So, Catherine, can I get this PowerPoint from you? Is that possible?
Absolutely. It's in like a weird format, so hopefully it will send over good, but
Okay.
I'll definitely send it to you.
On ghost codes, I know this is kind of what I struggle with. So what do you put about me?
Here, I can actually show you. Let me see.
Because I know you don't probably want to put coach, blah, blah, you know.
I put,
Oh, here. Okay. I put father of two, husband of a hardworking wife, and veteran. So
That's cool. Okay.
I just kept it simple.
mine is a little bit different. I put busy mom, wife, pediatric RN, health and fitness motivator.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay, that's cool. And do you share your snaps? Do you share them on Facebook? Is that a good idea or no?
I do sometimes, like not every day, but at least once a week I'll share a snap because people will then comment and be like, oh, you're on Snapchat? Add me.
Yeah.
It's a
So
great
just
way.
kind of random. I noticed, Sherry, you do it just kind of randomly.
Yeah,
just share.
every once in a while. Yeah.
Every once
Yeah.
in a while.
And also, whenever I see somebody in my newsfeed post a picture of their Snapchat, I use that as an opportunity to message them. And I was like, hey, girl, I saw you were on Snapchat. You need to add me. I love Snapchat. And it's like an
Oh, that's a great idea.
opener. It's an easy
That's a
conversation.
really
opener.
good idea. That's
Oh,
good.
and here we learned something good. Me and Miss Pickles and Planks over there. If you add somebody and they add you, and then you're like, wow, this person's really annoying, and I don't want to talk to them anymore, and then you unadd them on Snapchat, they will know, and then eventually block you on Facebook as well.
Oh my
So, if you don't want them, just don't add them back.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
they can still see your snaps even if you're not following their snaps.
Yeah.
So if you get a bunch of weirdos adding you that you're just not sure you want to follow their stories for whatever reason, don't feel like you have to follow them back.
Oh, and one more thing. If you have Snapchat open now, if you go and if you're watching someone's story and you're wondering if they follow you, you can click on their story, and if you can't swipe up to comment or chat, it says down in the very bottom of the screen, just click someone's story, and in the middle of the screen it'll say chat. If that chat button isn't there, then they're not following you. So that's how you know if someone's following you or not. And so there's a lot of people who I was going through my story and they weren't following me. So I was like, screw you, and I unfollowed all of them. Well, this is how I figured it out that they could tell with Amy is that they all sent me follow requests back. But so like Gary Vee follows me on Snapchat.
I knew he was going to throw that out there. He was so freaking excited that Gary Vee follows his Snapchat.
As soon as I found that out, I went to Gary Vee's. I was like, I'm going to Gary Vee, and he followed me. But now he follows Katie too, so I don't feel special.
I feel special.
Follow an unlimited amount of people. Like, it doesn't
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no limits on it so far.
I would
have an unlimited amount of followers. Like, it doesn't cap out at 5,000 like Facebook.
No, like Gary Vee, he's got like a ridiculous amount of followers.
Gary Vee said he upped 10,000 followers in like a couple weeks when he started really pushing hard on Snapchat. So
That's cool.
but I know I went through. I just downloaded like a ton of ghost codes the one day from my ghost codes app, and it was probably like 120. And I just sat there for like 20 minutes adding them in. And there's no like cap where do you know this person or
Right.
only add friends.
And give freely to the, if you're going to use ghost codes, it's now available. It used to be only on iPhone. Now it's available for both iPhone and Android. So if you're going to use ghost codes, give kudos freely because people will give them back. And then it only bumps you up more. And then people will be more likely to download your Snap code and you're more likely to find your target people. So
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I'm like, should I be giving out tons of kudos? I don't know.
yeah.
And all it does is just add like popularity to people. So
Yeah.
even if you don't want them going above you, go to someone else's category and give kudos over there.
Yeah, I don't typically shop in my own category.
Is it possible to change your category once you picked one?
Yep, you can change it like as many times as you want.
Oh, okay, you just can't have more than one.
No. And there's a limit on how many interests you can put on there as well. I think it's like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do
the
you do a
one
lot of live videos? Do you do a lot of videos on Snapchat?
You know what? I do a good mix. Like I try and only do like 1 or 2 videos a day because for me, when I'm on Snapchat at work and a video pops up, I quickly swipe past it. So I try and save my videos for later at night just because if somebody's at work and they're looking at my snaps, it's just like I don't want my loud, annoying bumblebee voice going off in there, while they're working. Just like my take on it.
I've actually found Snapchat to be good too for following up with people who you have sent challenge packs of, the ones that they kind of just fall off the face of the earth. Well, if they're on Snapchat, going back and forth on Snapchat, you can still follow them and see where they're at. And I actually had one girl, I messaged, she wouldn't return my messages on Facebook or text or phone calls, but I sent her a Snapchat and she responded to me. I was like, hey, where you been? If it wasn't for Snapchat the last week and a half, I would have thought you were dead. Everything all right? And she's like, oh, yeah. And then she told me the reason why she has been ignoring me. Like, she's like, oh, well, this is why I've been ignoring you. I was like, well, I mean, I understand you because
I'm teasing when I say it's so probably like stalker.
hey,
That's the
I'm totally teasing, by the way.
hey, but now
Totally
she's in our free clean eating group. So
No, I'm totally kidding, by the way.
no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, though.
Laugh. That's good because that is something I will totally do. If somebody's ignoring me, I'll figure it out, man.
But exactly. It's called being resourceful.
You
See
responded.
those check marks. You see my messages, girlfriend. I'll find you.
Does anybody else have any questions about Snapchat?
Ghost codes really fast, and I'm sorry, but what does visible and visible mean? So it says invisible for ghosts that want to browse privately, and invisible or visible for ghosts that want to be discovered.
So you want to be visible because otherwise they can't find you back. So you could
Okay.
browse other people's codes, but they can't find you.
Okay.
It's like making your Facebook private.
Was Shalene invisible for her kids?
Oh, to the kids.
That wants to be a part of Snapchat.
Aw, hi Jack.
All
Too
the
much
kids.
information, but we're potty training him, and I don't think he has a diaper on right now. Yeah. Say hi.
But Snapchat is also super easy to get people over to your other platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Because I always tell them, like, you like once you start going back and forth in like a serious conversation, I'm like, do you happen to have like Facebook or Instagram? It's just a hell of a lot easier to talk on there than on here. And then a lot of them, I was surprised. A lot of people say they just don't. They just only have Snapchat. But I've had a couple people give me their Facebook and Instagram accounts. So
Yeah.
So.
I guess if you're having a conversation with someone that you don't want to lose, maybe you could just jot down a few notes from the conversation so you don't forget what you were talking about.
Yeah, that you'd have to. If you were going to have like a whole serious conversation about joining a challenge group or something like that, notes would definitely be a good thing.
Yeah. Cool. Well, great. This was awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
A lot of work.
I'll be able to snap you back now, Jason.
Yeah, I know. For weeks, I sent Derek snaps, and you never sent them back.
Yeah, you kind of have to post her. Jason's like,
Like, what do I do with this? I don't know what to do.
Jason's snapping away, going, Derek is gonna be my best friend on here. He's gonna be my best friend. Because the person you snap back and forth with the most becomes your best friend on Snapchat. So he was like, he's gonna snap me back. He's gonna be my best friend. It was hilarious.
Catherine, we're almost up to 50.
I know. Me and Sherry have like a serious streak going on.
We almost up to 50. We're gonna earn a badge or something.
Yeah, when you get to 50, you earn a badge, and when you get to 100, you earn like 100 in gold letters, and it comes up next to your name. So it's
I'm
great.
excited. This is what I needed because I watched, like I watched a lot of YouTube videos on it, but I still just like didn't understand it.
Yeah, it's hard because a lot of people aren't using it for marketing yet. A lot of people just aren't. So it's a good
That's why
point to
it's
get
like
in.
so big.
Yeah.
And just what I've seen, like that's why it's good to be like one of the very first coaches to get in there and to do it, to be able to meet a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have any questions?
Oops.
All right. Awesome. Well, just send me that document, Catherine, and I'll see what maybe I can switch formats or something.
For sure. It's in Open Office instead of Excel. That's the only, but it should open in Excel. I just can't open Excel things in
Yeah, it
Open
should
Office.
be fine.
I don't know where I went.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you guys.
Bye.